Change my state of mind.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Love so hard to find.
we got him.
This is the 77 rated team that I used to get Sinkgraven. As you can tell, I've labeled this team Sinkgraven specifically to work on getting the player himself. We were required to have 100% chemistry, and as I stated before, 77 rating in total. I went with the 4-4-2 formation, as you do, nice and simple. And all these players that I had, they weren't required for me to get additional players. I had them already in my team. So getting Sinkgraven for me was a must, and it was a steal for sure. Squad! Let's take a look at our squad. Let's try and add this beautiful card, Sinkgraven, into our team. As you can probably tell already, we have 100% chemistry, and our team is already 85 rated with the addition of this beauty. But that's for another day. We'll be reviewing him in another video for sure. Okay, most importantly, we need to take a look at who we already have in the left back position. And that guy goes by the name of Davis. He plays for Bayern Munich and he's Canadian. The pace on him is already amazing. The card itself overall is not the best, especially his standard gold card. We all know that he got given the Team of the Season card, which is an insane card, but that's totally out of our reach, and I don't think he's worth it. On the other hand, let's just take this guy out. But on the other hand, we have a player who we have acquired just recently. He goes by the name of Sinkgraven. We worked pretty hard to run through the objectives with him. We had a decent German side. They had to be rated 77, and the chemistry had to be 100, if I'm not mistaken. But there was a few objectives that we had to run through, and that was the tricky part because we had to do it in the managerial mode, which from time to time does have not time to time, most of the time, everyone has like a maxed out squad, and you can imagine how my 77 rated team would have done there. So it was tricky, but yeah. Anyway, let's put him into the team. Wow, looks pretty special, different colored. This is the type of team I want to build, a team that has different type of cards in every single position. Anyway, so let's take a look at the Sinkgraven card. I mean, I hope, first off, I'm pronouncing his name correctly. I guess I apologize if I'm not. Sinkgraven. Seems quite easy, I guess. Let's first start on the player bio. He's 5'10". He's got a high medium work rate, which is not too bad. Left-footed, 4-star skill moves with 3-star weak foot. I'm already going to put it out there and say that he is a very, very good left back. Just taking that into consideration so far, that is very decent stats. Now, most importantly, we need to go ahead and move on to the attribute details. And this is where we'll find out really if this card stands a chance as becoming one of the best left backs in the Bundesliga. Sinkgraven has already got 91 acceleration, and its sprint speed is 91 also. Wow, that's a very good start, Sinkgraven. Now, I would be very interested to see what would be the best chemistry style for this player. So let's jump over to FUT Hub. Let's go ahead and type this guy's name in, Sinkgraven. There he is. Oh, look at his gold card, 77 rated. What a jump. What a massive jump. Almost a 10 rated jump. Insane. I probably wouldn't have got him as a gold card for sure. So he's a quality player. Let's go ahead and look at what chemistry style is best for him. I know we were talking about a possible anchor chemistry style, but let's go ahead and what's used the most. 66% of players have used the anchor chemistry style, and 17% have used shadow. Now, I think I'm gonna go with the anchor chemistry style, but let's take a look at the shadow one first and why people go with shadow. So this is on basic, and then this one's on shadow. Wow. So his pace goes up to 99. dribbling 89, and defensive 90. That's incredible. So 99, 90, and 89. Let's take a look at anchor. So let's memorize those stats. 99 pace, 89 dribbling, 90 defense. Let's go to anchor if we can find him. So 96 pace, 3 pace lower compared to the shadow card. 89 dribbling, same dribbling if we apply either card. Defensive's 90 with anchor, that would be 89. I think the massive increase is a physical, and I think that's a must, because with the shadow card there's no increase on the physical, so he stays at 76, which is a bit low for his card, especially if he wants to play with the best. With an anchor it goes up to 83, and that's far more respectable. Who cares if we've lost 3 stats on pace and 1 stats on defense? That's not going to be very visible in my personal opinion, and I think in many others. Okay, so it seems like the anchor chemistry style will be very, very nice for this card. So let's go ahead and acquire that. Unless we have it already. Let's see if we've got it already. Apply consumable. Chemistry styles. So we need an anchor. Don't tell me the only thing we're not gonna have is anchor. Ooh. We do have an anchor. Let's go and place it onto this beast. So that's going to bring up the pace even bigger. Defensive and physical. Remember guys, he's a left back, so we have to make sure that his defensive and physical is on point. And why not? Let's add a little bit more pace onto this pacey left back already. Look at that. Anchor chemistry style has been applied. Let's take a look at this beast right now. Ooh, wow. Damn. Look at that. 91 pace. That includes 91 acceleration plus 5. So that puts him up to 96. Which is mental. 96 acceleration and 96 speed. What more do you want? That's in the range of Davis. I don't even think you can get any better than that. Wow. So now essentially, if we look at the rest of them, shooting is a bit low, but we're not going to be running up with this guy into the midfield and further into the box to actually go ahead and take a shot. But even taking that into consideration, his shooting stats alright. Do you know what the crazy thing about Sinkgraven is, guys? His dribbling stats. 92 agility, 84 balance, 86 reaction, and 89 ball control. And on top of that, if I've forgotten it, which I think I have, the dribbling at 89. Just wow, guys. I'm telling you, this card is an absolute steal. We got him for free. We had to work through the objectives, which were a task for sure. But it's an absolute steal, especially the fact that it fits right into my hybrid Bundesliga squad. I strongly believe he will be in my dream team at the end. It's time to see the dream team. So I have recently found out, which is a bit embarrassing if you ask me, that you can create concept squads. All this time I was thinking the possibilities and the stuff that FIFA could have made, yet it was right underneath my nose. And that is concept squads. Here is the dream team, boys. Let's open it up and take a look. So as you can probably tell, this team is full of German Bundesliga players. Let's take the German part back. Full of Bundesliga players. Now, it's a 4-3-3-4 formation, which is the ideal formation for me. I find that this formation is something that works for me the best. And it's been the case for quite some time actually on all the other FIFA games or FIFA platforms that I've played. Whenever I've played Ultimate Team, I found that 4-3-3-4 is the formation for me. And without making things even more complicated than they already are, I've decided to remain with that formation, stick to my roots, and stay strong. Now, first of all, take a look at the rating. 89 rated. I was really hoping that we could hit and break the 90 mark. That would have been amazing. Now, I reckon that's still possible if I get Puskás up top. And maybe if I alter a few more players here, but they're pretty high rated already, so maybe getting higher rated here. Ooh, I can actually find out if I'll get 190. Let's take a look. I don't think so. Even with Puskás up front, I don't think I'll get that. Okay, we'll have to look into the team. Okay, so let's look at the team. We will start with the goalkeeper straight off, and this is just a standard gold version of Manuel Neuer. And I think the reason I decided to go with this card is because anything more than him, or anything more than the card that he has here, would be totally out of reach for me, especially with the rest of the players that I need to go for. So realistically, I will probably only go for a gold card with Manuel Neuer. And like, look at the stats. That's decent as hell. Like, you can pick this card up for like 70k at the moment, no more than 100k, depending on what platform you're on. So listen, I'm ready for that. I'll take him. Now, as you can probably tell, in the left back and the centre back positions, I've placed my actual players, because they will be, from what I believe at this moment of time, they will be in my dream team. My understanding on this side of things is that there's no way I'm going to get a better centre back than Boateng with 90 rated. And even the left back, I think the only other player that's better than this player overall is Davis. But that would be this Davis, the 93 rated Davis, no other Davis. And this guy is way too expensive. So once again, it's another case of me not really winning much apart from the rating going up. And even if I applied this guy in, will I make it 190? No, I wouldn't. So that doesn't make a difference to the rating. It wouldn't really make much difference any further to that. Anyway, let's move on to the other side of the team, which is the centre back. Now, I've done a bit of research on who should I put in the right side of the centre back position to kind of work with Boateng, and for some reason this guy just ticked all the boxes that I was looking for. Highly rated, decent stats. I still haven't placed any. Obviously, it's a concept card, so I can't place any chemistry style on it, but it'll probably be a very similar chemistry style to what the other centre backs have. Now, moving on to Lahm. This guy's, as we all know, he's a legend of the game. I particularly chose him because his stats are insane and he's highly rated. So he kind of needs to keep that above. We kind of need to keep that above 86. And as you can tell, the left back is the lowest rated player in this dream team. So we're trying to stay above that. And I think the 91 rated Lahm is a perfect example of the right back for us to go with. But there are cheaper options and potentially just as good, but we'll look into that later on. Now, moving on to the centre mid section of the team. Like, just take a look at that. We have to start with this dude, Julian Brandt. I already have this guy as a gold tier player, but this is his Champions League team of the tournament card, I believe, and I think it's his best card so far. Now, I chose this card thinking that there may not be a better card, but I think I might end up leaving this guy last. This card goes for around 200k, which is reasonable card for what he offers. His pace, maybe with a chemistry style, would increase, which is a good sign. But his stats aren't bad, and I like him. In game, he's amazing. His stats are lower than you would expect, but in game, he just ticks all the boxes. He does everything I need him to do. Moving on, we've got future star Reina, American. You don't often get American players with such high ratings, but he's a future star, so he's one of those cards again where he's not high rated initially, and this is just a prediction that he will be this good. Now, to give him a 91 card with that sort of stats might be a bit of a high increase, but I'll definitely go with him because I like him. I've seen him play, and he plays for Dortmund, so he's got good connections on the right with Julian Brandt. And then obviously we've got Sabitzer, who once again is a player I've watched in the Bundesliga. I like him a lot. That's one of the reasons why I picked him. He seems to just come out with a decent card here, rated 88. I'm pretty sure I'll end up going for this card unless I find a higher rated card, just so that we can boost up the overall rating. But once again, quality card. Now, final three up top. I'll leave the Hungarians to the last because they are insane cards. But let's go with Sancho. Now, he's English, so I felt like I needed to apply or have an English player in our team. And none other than Jadon Sancho, who is an insane player in real life and an insane player in Ultimate Team. Look at those stats. I know he goes for a hell of a lot, but if we can pack him, that'd be great. If we can't, we're going to have to grind insanely hard for them. But I'd rather pack him because the next two players that we're looking at is going to be a hell of a grind. And let's go and start with the youngster, Szoboszlai, future star card. I cannot believe this has come out. Now, I don't know if you guys noticed, but let me bring in his hero card, which he got when he was at... Oh, okay, sorry, I can't bring him in, but this is the card. And he played for our Red Bull Salzburg, which is an Austrian team. Now, the issue with this guy was I thought he played for the German team, and I was right, but I checked that when he had just moved, and I was under the assumption that he had played a few games already, but that wasn't the case. So they gave this card to him when he was still at the Austrian Red Bull team. And another mistake I made is the logos look exactly the same. So I'm like, what the hell? But anyway, he's a quality card, and the fact that he's had a rendition 7 ratings higher, which I believe he deserves. I reckon he should have got 90, but the thing is, his stats are a plus 90 rated player, so I'm not too fussed about 88. 88 is at least I expected, and I'm glad he got that. He's looking all smiley on the picture, but just check out his stats. He's really, really going to be an insane link to the one and only final card, Puskás. Sadly, his chemistry does go down a little bit, but that's probably because of the link to Sancho. So yeah, it's a bit sad, but we still come out with 100 chemistry, so that's what counts. It only brings it down by 3 in total, so I'm not too disappointed. But yeah, we'll work with what we have. Now, Puskás is going to be the final card that we'll end up getting because he's probably around 2 million. And it's well out of our budget. So we might end up getting him at the very end, just before we finish our dream team. But let me just show you the card that I had initially had here in place of him. Now this card, Reina, he's the card that I'm actually going for at the moment. So I'm still completing objectives for him. I've actually got the 85 rated version of him. But for me to complete the objectives to get him, the 87 rated player, I need to obviously still complete a few more. So there's quite a bit more grinding there. But this guy could potentially end up being in the subs bench of my dream team, or very likely for quite some time actually in the striker position. Because like, I don't know if you guys noticed, but the chemistry is better. Down by 1, not down by 3. So this setup would be better. But I don't really think it makes much difference as long as the whole chemistry comes out to 100. So I still think the players will play really well together. And yeah, so that's the dream team, guys. Just take a look at it. Let me know what you think. Comment down below if you feel like I need to change something around. But this is the goal. And we're 9 players down. We've got 9 players to go. These 2 are in the dream team already. And obviously this dude, he'll probably be on my subs bench. But the only sad thing is if I plug him here. Oh. Still gives me 100 chemistry. I didn't know that. But it does bring it down a little bit. But looks like he could be in my team. Gives a few red links. I don't like the red links, but what the hell. So yeah, this is my sub bench. This would be my ideal sub bench, but it's not really a realistic sub bench because it's a freaking expensive one. All these players, apart from Suarez, added together will probably come out more than the players that we have here. So, yeah. But once we get this, guys... So, guys, just to let you know... once we get Reina, he will be the 3rd player in our dream team. And the next player we're going to be going for and grinding hard is none other than Soboslai. And this guy, wow. Let's just take a look at how much we have to grind to get this guy. So I put him in my transfer targets, and this was the minimum he was going for at the time. I'm hoping by the time I grind for him, he goes down. But just take a look at that. Start price 690k, and look over there at the left corner, 140k. Not looking too good, but I'm hoping the fact that I can get around 100k a week if I keep up squad battles and division rivals, then I can definitely get 100k and a little bit more than 100k, around 120k a week. That will allow me to get around 500k almost a month if I keep up the play. Then I could definitely get Soboslai in a month, but as you can tell, there's not a lot of months left until the FUT season is up, which is in September. So it's going to be quite a task to get the team, this dream team. But boy, what a team it's going to be. Stay tuned, guys.